Hello. Well, I guess one of the things that family and friends and people that know someone who is trans or cross-dresser or whatever, when they find out, is that there is this or has been this secret life or apparent secret life. Very often it is a genuine secret life that this person has been hoarding from them, and perhaps it's someone they've known all their lives and felt they know extremely well. So this is often a part of um, the discomfort, of course, that happens when someone finally comes out or is revealed. Their secret, as it were, becomes known. Now, that may be because it is generally kept a secret. It's something that the person themselves feels very, very uncomfortable talking about. They don't know very often how to talk about it. They feel very uncomfortable. They will be fearing repercussions. And perhaps there have been many, many times when they've wanted to broach the topic, but the opportunity hasn't arisen, or they've just got cold feet, or in the moment it just hasn't felt right. Um, that certainly was the case for me over many years with a number of people. I kind of had that last minute sense, no, I can't do this now. It doesn't feel right in the circumstance, in the conversation I'm in. There are those like me who more recently have been open. I have a YouTube channel, obviously, so I am open and have not really had a problem disclosing this aspect of my life to others, but generally don't because it doesn't come up in conversation. I'm not someone that has gone down the kind of big bang route. Let me make an announcement today about this. I very much allowed it to be mentioned as and when it seems appropriate, if the opportunity arises, and it often happens, even with people I know incredibly well and have very regular conversations with. Those opportunities just don't arise. It just doesn't seem appropriate. The conversation doesn't steer into this sort of territory. So it hasn't come up, even with some people I know incredibly well. And I guess that's partly down to my own style. It's fairly casual, let things be, que sera, sera kind of thing. Um, as and when it happens, I will talk about it and be open about it. Now, I have moved recently into appreciating that there is value, that when you're ready to be open, you do not have a great problem in people knowing about this aspect of yourself, that actually it can be very beneficial for people that do know you very well to come to this discovery, even though it might be a bit of a shock initially, and they might, I don't know, it might raise trust issues for them. Why on earth didn't he tell me before? Or why on earth didn't I know about this? As I say, I think there's good reason why it does stay a secret very often, or unknown at least for a long time. But it is the fact that if you know someone very well, and perhaps hopefully you know them as someone you do trust and someone you like, someone you get on with, someone you don't see as an axe murderer or a monster, or who has anything about them that ordinarily should cause you to be wary or to fear in any way. That when you come to discover that there are lots of folks like me out there who have this other part to their nature and perhaps become acquainted with that a little bit, I think that this exposure to that can really start to help break down any fear and any wariness that there might be, um, simply because you know this person, you trust them, and you know that this new aspect, as it were, that you've learned doesn't really change anything in the dynamic, in the nature of your relationship. So where my awareness, I think, of being more active is going, and in being more active, a part of that is perhaps helping in a very small way to erase or at least reduce some of this fear and suspicion around trans people that does persist, perhaps at an implicit level with many people, there can actually be an advantage when you know the person already. So if you're one of those folks, one of my family and friends watching this and wondering why I have kept this a secret, well, I did for many years because I was just so uncomfortable about revealing it and worried about the possible consequences of change relationships and so on if I did. But more often than not, it's simply been because this doesn't normally come up in conversation. Anyway, you now know if you're watching this video, and hopefully you also know that I haven't changed one iota as a person.